everyone, welcome to Pabbly. So in this video we are going to learn how to create a WhatsApp chatbot for your private tutoring business. So if you are also running a private tutoring business, then this video is definitely for you. In this video we are going to design a chatbot that will handle students' queries, book sessions for them and provide them course details. So firstly in this video we are going to design a chatbot using Pabbly Chatflow. Now if a user will send a message, an automatic reply will be sent to them. Not only this, but you can also save the responses received from your customer in your Google Sheet. And you can do this by just using Pabbly Connect, which is an amazing automation and integration platform. So if you also want to enhance your customer's experience, then let's dive into my screen for creating your own WhatsApp chatbot. Welcome to my screen. So in this video we are going to learn how to create a WhatsApp chatbot for private tutoring business. So this chatbot will let customers view the courses, book demo classes and ask questions. And this chatbot is going to save the customer's data in the Google Sheet so that it can be used further, and so we can send the personalized codes to our customers, enhancing their contact. So this chatbot is going to save your time by providing you automation. So let's start creating our own WhatsApp chatbot, but firstly I am going to show you how exactly chatbot works. For that, let's dive into my WhatsApp with me. Here you can see I have already opened my WhatsApp, and now I am going to send a message to the number which I have already connected to my Pabbly Chatflow account, and here this number is saved as test number. So now let's send a message hello here. Here as I'm sending the message hello, I am getting an automated welcome message that is hello and welcome to XYZ Tutors. We offer expert tutoring for every grades. How can I assist you today? And here we are getting three buttons, that is view courses, book a demo and ask a question. So now let's select our first button, that is view courses here. As I'm selecting view courses, I am getting a message which consists of the courses provided by this XYZ Tutors, and I am also getting a button that is book a demo. Now let's enroll to a second button, that is book a demo here in this welcome message. Now as I'm selecting book a demo, it is asking me to enter the student's name. So now let's provide the name here. Now here as I'm providing the name, now it is asking me to enter the grade. So now let's provide the grade here. Now as I'm entering the grade, now it is asking me to share the subject. So now let's enter the subject here. Now as I'm entering the subject, I am getting a thank you message, and here you can see I am receiving a personalized message where I am receiving the name which I have offered here, that is on student's name. Now let's enroll to a third button, that is ask a question. As I'm selecting ask a question, I am getting a message which is asking me to type my question. So here you can see we are having a fully functional chatbot which is even sending the personalized message. So you can also create a chatbot like this for your business by just using Pabbly Chatflow. And for accessing the Pabbly Chatflow, you just have to type its URL. That is www.pabbly.com/chatflow. Once you will enter the URL, you will get the landing page of Pabbly, and here you can see we are getting two buttons, that is sign in and sign up free. If you are a new user, you can just click on sign up free, but if you are an existing user, you can click on sign in. But as I have already an account on Pabbly, I will just click on sign in. Once you finish your sign up, you will get this all Pabbly apps page, and here you can see these are the apps provided by Pabbly. You can access any of these apps according to you, but for creating a chatbot we just need to access Pabbly Chatflow app. In this Pabbly Chatflow app, here you can see we are getting two buttons, that is access now and learn more. For accessing the Pabbly Chatflow, we just have to click on access now. Once you will click on access now, you will get this dashboard page of Pabbly, and here you can see this is the number I have connected to my Pabbly Chatflow account. You can also add your WhatsApp number by just clicking on add WhatsApp number, and here on this add WhatsApp number button we are getting two options, that is WhatsApp Connect and manual token connect. If you want to integrate your WhatsApp number, you can click on WhatsApp Connect, but if you want to connect with token number, you can just click on manual token connect. Now moving on further, here we are getting the option for create a new folder. If you want to create your own folder, you can click here. Now moving on to the sidebar, here we can see these are the features provided by Pabbly. Now I am going to give you a short overview of these features. So the first feature we are getting is inbox. This is the section where we receive messages from our customer and we send them automated replies. Now the next feature we are getting is contacts. You can manage your contact list here. Now another one we are getting is team queues. You can manage your team access for managing your chatbot. Now next feature we are getting is templates. You can create your own templates from here. Now another feature we are getting is broadcast. If you want to broadcast you any message on a preferred date or time, you can click here. Now the next feature we are getting is flows. So this one is the most important feature for creating the chatbot. So flows are basically the path which our WhatsApp chatbot follows. Now moving on further, here we are getting the AI assistant. So you can create your own AI assistant from here. Now the next feature we are getting is activity log. The work done by you will be shown here. Now moving on further, here we are getting settings. You can manage your settings according to you from here. Now the last one we are getting is get help. If you need any type of help or support, you can click here. If you want to learn more about these features, you can find the video link in the description given below. Now let's start creating our WhatsApp chatbot. For that we just have to access access flows. So just click on flows here. Once you will click on flows, you will get this flow builder page, and here you can see these are the flows created by me. You can also add or create your own flow. For that you just have to click on add flow button. Once you will click on add flow button, you will get this flow page, and here you can see we are getting the flow start node. Here on this flow page you can see we are getting the option for providing the flow name. So now let's provide a name to our flow here. Here I am providing it the name WhatsApp chatbot for private tutoring business. You can provide name according to you. Now moving on to the flow start node, here you can see it is asking me to enter keywords. So keywords are basically the triggers which a user can enter to interact with this chatbot. Now moving on further, here it is asking me to enter regex. So regex are basically the short form for the regular expressions. These are used for the specific user input. But if you want to trigger any message, you can enter regex like this. Now moving on further, here it is asking me to choose templates. So if you want to add template to your message, you can choose templates from here. Now if the user sends me a message, I want to send them a welcome message. For that I will just drag and drop, and here I am going to select text plus button for entering the message. Now as I'm selecting text plus button, I am getting a message node, and here you can enter the message you want to send to your customer. So now let's send a welcome message here. Here you can see I have entered this welcome message for my customer, and I have entered this sentence that is hello and XYZ tutors between these asterisk signs to make it bold. Now I am going to add some buttons in this message node. So for that you just have to click on add button, and once you will click on add button, it will ask you to enter the text. So basically here you have to enter the text of your button. So now let's create a first button here. Here you can see I have created my first button. Now I am going to add some more buttons likewise. So just click on add button and enter the text of your another buttons. Here you can see I have created two more buttons, that is book a demo and ask a question. Now if the user selects view courses, I am going to provide them courses in a message node. So for that I will just drag and drop, and here I am going to select text plus button, and now I am going to enter the courses in this message node. Here you can see I have entered these courses. Now I am going to add a button that is book a demo. Here you can see I have created another button that is book a demo. Now let's enhance our second button that is book a demo. Now if the user selects this button, I am going to ask some questions from my customer. So for that you just have to go to actions, and here you can see we are getting the option for ask questions. So just click here and you will get this question node, and here you can enter the question you want to ask from your customer. Now let's connect this book a demo button with this question node. Now let's enter a question asking for the full name here. Here you can see I have entered a question asking for the student's name. Now moving on further, here it is asking me to select contact custom fields. So you can see these are the contact custom fields created by me. You can also create your own contact custom fields. For that you just have to go to settings, and here you can see we are getting the option for contact custom fields. So just click here and create your own fields. Now I am going to select contact custom field as full name here, and the format I am going to select is any. Now if the user answers this question, again I am going to ask them another question regarding the grades. So again you have to click on ask question. Now here you can see in this question node I have entered a question asking for the grade, and the contact custom field I have selected is grade, and the format I have selected is any. Now if the user answers this question, again I am going to ask the question regarding the subject. Now here in this question node I have entered the question asking for the subject, and contact custom field I have selected is subject, and the format I have selected is any. Now if the user answers this question also, I want to save this data over my Google Sheet, and for making the connection between this Pabbly Chatflow and Pabbly Connect, I am going to use the API request over here. So now let's select API request here, and I am going to save this data such as student name, grade, subject for sending the personalized message, and for using it for further sending the details over this WhatsApp number. So now let's connect this question node with this API request, and here it is asking me to enter the webhook URL. So for that you have to go to Pabbly Connect. So if you remember, I have told you about the all Pabbly apps page, and here you can see we have got this all Pabbly apps page, and here you can see we are getting the option for Pabbly Connect. So just click on access now and access the Pabbly Connect here. And once you will click on Pabbly Connect, you will get this dashboard page of Pabbly Connect, and here you are getting the option for create workflow. So now I am going to create a workflow with the same name I have provided to my Chatflow. Here you can see I have provided the same name as my Chatflow to my workflow. Now you can select folder over here also. Now let's click on create button, and once you will click on create, the workflow will be created for you. Now here in this workflow page, you can see it is asking me to select the triggers. So triggers are basically the events which initiates the workflow. So I am going to select the Pabbly Chatflow as my trigger app, as I am going to receive the data over the Pabbly Chatflow. Here you can see I have selected the trigger as my Pabbly Chatflow app, as I am receiving message in my Pabbly Chatflow app. Now it is asking me to select the trigger event. So I am going to select the trigger event as new message received. Means if I receive a new message, this workflow will be initiated. Now as I have selected the trigger event, I have got this webhook URL. So now let's copy this webhook URL and paste over the API request. So here you can see as I'm selecting the API request, now it is asking me to select the method. So now let's select the method as post, as I have to post the data over the Pabbly Connect which I am receiving over the Pabbly Chatflow. Now let's paste the webhook URL over here. Now here you can see I have pasted the URL. Now it is asking me to select the key. So here you have to define the keys for which you have to save the data. So firstly, I am going to save the student name. So now let's provide the key over here. Now here I have provided the key as the full name. Now let's select contact custom field as full name here. Now I am going to add more fields such as grade and subject to this API request node. Here you can see I have created the key which is grade. Now I am going to select contact custom field as grade here, and now I am going to add one more field which is subject. Here you can see I have created this key. Now I am going to select contact custom field as subject here. Now let's click on test here, and once you will click on test, you will get this pop-up that is API request successful. Now let's move on to our workflow. As I have clicked on test, I have received this response that is subject, grade and full name. Now moving on further, here it is asking me to select the action. So my objective is to save the data over the Google Sheet. So I am going to select my action app as Google Sheet, as I am going to save the data over the Google Sheet. Here you can see I have chosen the action app as my Google Sheet. Now I am going to select action event as add new row. Means if the user sends me the data is going to automatically saved over the Google Sheet. Now here you can see I have selected the action event as add new row. Now let's create our Google Sheet firstly. Here you can see I have made a Google Sheet named as tutor spreadsheet, and here you can see these are the fields I have created, that is name, grade and subject. Now let's move on to our workflow and build a connection between this Google Sheet and Pabbly Chatflow. So for that you just have to click on connect, and once you will click on connect, you will get two options, that is add new connection and select existing connection. If you want to build a new connection, you can click on add new connection, but as I have already an existing connection, I will click on select existing connection. Now let's select save here, and once I have clicked over save, I have built the connection. Means here you can see we have received the name of the spreadsheet we have created, that is tutor spreadsheet, and the sheet number is sheet 1. And now here we have got the field which we have created, that is name, grade and subject. Now let's map the data here. So basically we are mapping the data to make the fields dynamic. Means if the user sends us a response, the data will automatically get saved over to the Google Sheet, and you don't have to enter the data again and again. Now in this name field, I have mapped the data, that is full name. Now let's map our another field, that is grade. For that I am going to select grade over here, and for subject field I am going to select the subject. Now here you can see we have successfully mapped the data, and now let's click on save and send test request over here. Now here you can see we have successfully made the connection and we have received the response. Now let's click on save. Now if the user will send the data, we are going to receive the data automatically over our Google Sheet. So here in this Google Sheet you can see we have received the fields which we have created over the Pabbly Connect. Now let's move on to a chat flow, and in this API request just click on save button. Now here you can see we are done with the API request. Now I am going to select status fallback, means the message which I am going to send to my user after receiving the data. Now for that I am going to drag and drop, and here I am going to select text plus button for entering the message, and now I am going to send a confirmation message in a personalized way. Here you can see I have entered this confirmation message, and I have entered this dollar with the full name, that is the contact custom fields, for sending the personalized message to my customer. Means if the user will provide the full name, this message will automatically get converted to the personalized message. Means the name of the student will appear here. Now let's enhance our third button, that is ask a question. For asking a question, I am going to again click on ask question over here. Now let's enter a message for the customer that they can post their queries or the issues over here. Here you can see I have entered this question, and I have selected the contact custom field as issue, and the format I have selected is any. Now here you can see we have created book a demo button over here also. So we can connect this book a demo button with this another book a demo button, as they are working are same. So here you can see we have created a flow for a chatbot which is sending the personalized message to your customer, and it is also saving the data provided by your customer. Now for saving this flow, you just have to click on save button, and once you will click on save button, you will get this pop-up that is flow updated successfully. Means you have successfully saved your flow. Now for showing you how we are receiving message from our customer and how we are sending them the automated replies, let me take you towards my inbox section. For that you just have to click on inbox, and once you will click on inbox, this inbox section will appear, and here you can see these are the numbers I have connected to my Pabbly Chatflow account. And here on this particular number you can see I am successfully receiving message from my customer, and our automated replies are successfully sent or delivered to them. And one point is to be noticed here, that this is following the path which we have created through our flow. Means if a user sends us a message, we are going to send them a welcome message. Now if the user selects view courses, we are going to provide them a message note with the courses provided by us. Now let's move on to our WhatsApp and see how we are saving the data over the Google Sheet. Now in my WhatsApp you can see I have provided the student name, grade and subject. Now let's check whether this data is saved over a Google Sheet or not. So for that let's move on to my Google Sheet. So here in my Google Sheet you can see I'm successfully receiving the response which I have provided over the WhatsApp. So here you can see we have created a fully functional chatbot. So you can also create a chatbot like this for your business by just using Pabbly Chatflow. So stay tuned to our YouTube channel for learning more about Pabbly and creating more chatbots like this. Thank you for watching this video.
So you can create many more chatbots like this by
by using Pabbly Chatflow. Now, if you have any doubt, you can mail us at support@pabbly.com, and if you have any queries, you can write it on forums.pabbly.com. But if you have any pricing related issue, then you can visit the URL given over here. So start using Pabbly Chatflow for free now.